and let go, let God, right? Let go, let God. And whoosh, it's like, oh. Suddenly the hands are like filled in with God essence. That is here as that, you know. The eyes are seeing, the eyes of God are seeing itself here, right? The eyes of God seeing itself, they say. Your eyes becoming the eyes of God seeing. You are seeing. Right now, whatever you're seeing is God seeing, by the way. You don't have to wait for some big movement and change to happen. What you're seeing right now is God seeing. It might be interpreted through the lens of a me, but who cares? That's still God interpreting it through the lens of me. But you can relax a little more. Do I need to interpret? Can I just see? Is there just seeing? How about that? You know, you've heard that seeing is happening. Well, that's what's happening anyway. Seeing is happening. And then we go to feeling, and feeling is happening. Sensing is happening. The body feeling the way it feels is happening. A little insecurity, if there's anything, any kind of little human flutterings is happening. Why does it mean that there's a me here? Just flutterings are happening. Little tiny contractions here and there. Contractions are happening. Openings are happening. If you don't let anything claim it. It's just like, it's just happening. That's just the mind in its habitual form, kind of, you know, reflecting on itself, going, something's happening, it's taking place, seeing is happening. And then the mind bends and goes, oh, I'm seeing. That's what's seeing is me. And then the mind bends and goes, oh, I'm feeling. It's not just feeling. Feeling's happening anyway, but the mind will do this little arc. So there's an arising of a happening. And then there's this little mind bending going, that's me. It's like, it's called self-reflection. The big self is reflecting on itself, and it makes it seem like there's a me here through that mind bending on itself. It makes it seem like there's me just reflecting on it. Seeing it's happening. I mean, that's pretty much how I live, basically. There's no more me feeling here. And I'm not trying to brag, I'm just telling you that it's possible. Some of you may be living like that already. I think that you are. I mean, why not talk about it in that way? Why else would you be here with me right now if there wasn't a possibility of it, right? So something lets go inside of claiming that, you know, of whatever's happening. It doesn't have a need to keep reflecting on itself, to feel secure about existing, as if one needed an anchor to exist, to be here, to feel safe. You don't need to reflect in order to keep asserting yourself. So you experience reality more directly when you don't have that self-reflection, and it's not you, it's that. All along it's that. But it's veiled. It's like dormant to its potential. And you're becoming undormanting. I'm not awakening, I'm undormanting. And there's no, there's no wrongness with any of this, right? It's just to bring in the science is kind of cool that there's this, somehow mind reflects on itself. And it's created this whole self-consciousness thing, like the ability to be self-conscious, self-aware, to know that we're sitting in a chair, to know that one is in this body, to know that we're a man or a woman, whatever age we are, to know. That's the ability to self-reflect, to know how we're feeling about something. So it's been very useful. But once that has gotten it down at like a little computer program, it's got it down now, trust me. I could even say that about my own kids being 23 and 25. They've got it down. No, doesn't enough, They're still learning to be done forever, as long as you're in a body. Because there's always new situations and new things to come in, that learning happens. But it's got it down enough to be able to let go of that need to keep asserting it's I'm here. And I'm, created the sense of me. That nucleus is, it's happy to crack. It doesn't need it to be there in order to function, is my point. You don't need it anymore to function. So however you do it, meditation people do, because that you drop into being, and when you're in being, you're not self-reflecting. When you're in the heart, you're not self-reflecting, because it's a non-dual location. It's not, it's nice and whole. It's really the mind, which is not a bad thing and at all. It's more that it just gets habituated to operate in a certain program, a certain function. Like, I'm going to keep self-reflecting and creating a sense of me forever. But that's where the awakening impulse comes in and says, no, that's not true. So just leave you with this, and then we'll start open to questions. I've gone on a little longer today. Is that, well, just kind of think about, what am I doing that is helping me go into a place of non-self-reflection, to help open up another way of being, and get out of the habituated groove that mind, that I've been living in, that I have to continually reassert a sense of me in order to function. What am I doing as a spiritual practice? For me, it was a lot of things, but one was meditation. Another was really, honestly, yoga and doing things because of the body, because I didn't feel, I just was in the sensing of the body when I did body stuff. I wasn't in a me. I was just like opening to the sensing body. It might be, a creative art form, dance or whatever. It could be that you are not in the separate self then. You're just in this another dimension. Or it could be that you're doing inquiry, which is more of the mind, which I also did, by the way. So I did a lot of stuff in there's the right medicine at the right time. And that's part of what I do when I work with people, is really tuning into what's the right medicine at the right time for somebody, along with their, together we do it. So inquiry would be, well, of course, the traditional, who am I? But what is this? Who, is also good, but also the Nisargadatta's journey, if that spoke to you, that is what's feeling, that can help break the trance of a me. Or you just go straight to feeling is here whenever you feel. And it doesn't take away feeling or the intelligence of understanding what the feeling is even. It's more like feeling is here, and it like sadness is here. Oh, sadness. Versus I'm sad. Oh, contraction, contraction. Contraction is here. Interesting. You know? Can change language around is my point, and play with this a bit. But something needs to be done as a spiritual practice. It's not just going to hit you like a lightning strike. If it does, it's not going to be sustaining, and it's not going to be abiding, because the vehicle wasn't ready to really fully be able to hold that level of awareness of being so unidentified and open. So you know, if you're interested in looking at what am I doing as a spiritual practice, it doesn't have to be 100% of the time, but 20-30%. Am I doing something that drops into the unknown where I don't need to orient myself with this me? That's okay. Does that make sense, folks?